Hello, hello! And welcome back as I continue blundering my way down the road to success in Perfidious plays XCOM 2. Turns out, unlike those monks who invented champagne, I had no idea that chucking a frostbite at this Advent Trooper was going to pull him into Demi Moore's zone of terror. But having done it, now I'm ready to sit back and reap a whirlwind of undeserved accolades. Fall at my feet, internet, and worship my unintentional success. Also, by the way, I'm trademarking the hell out of that particular maneuver. This strategy of using frostbite to pull somebody into a close encounter shot is now called the Pete Bayashi Maru. And that's mine. I own all the subsidiary rights. Unless your maneuver is of a similar nature and also hails from a very specific region just outside of St. Louis, Missouri, you aren't allowed to call it a Pete Bayashi Maru, because I own that. You have to call it a frostbite pull and close combat specialist shot maneuver. That's how yours has to be titled. The Pete Bayashi Maru, that shit's a regional specialty. You just can't use that. It's like Yorkshire pudding. If it ain't from Yorkshire, it ain't Yorkshire pudding. Also, while I'm working things over here, I think that old champagne invented by monks by accident thing, that story's probably apocryphal, right? I could be wrong, admittedly. I don't know a lot about wine. I honestly don't really even like wine. At least not wine fermented from grapes. You get like watermelon wine or sake. I'll take a little bit of that, but I'm not a wine guy. But that invented by accident thing definitely sounds like the story that a screenwriter would invent to try and make Stanley Goodspeed sound way more intelligent in The Rock than his character actually was. And I'm not really willing to take any fact I got secondhand from a character in a Michael Bay movie as true just without some serious Googling to maybe back up that research. I'm just not going to do it. We also really need to decide who we want to mop up the kill on this hunter drone. Just like we decided to do some serious Googling before I'm taking that Michael Bay story to heart. You know, I think maybe we just let Bruce Willis take the kill on this one. Bruce, you earned this. You kind of did. With that pull saving the day like that, that was a real bacon saver moment, and I think you deserve some delicious pork. So there we go. Delicious pork has been ingested, and hey, expanded magazine, which is, not that great. A superior stock also, never mind. I got really excited about stuff I shouldn't probably have gotten excited about. But it was nice of William Shatner to just be right there, Johnny on the spot style, to immediately pick up the scraps. We have an implacable move here. I don't really want to risk spawning a pod, so I think we just have Bruce Willis take a little hop, skip, and a back and forth maneuver. I really don't want anybody to go forward at all, because we know there's a pod over here for certain, and I think we maybe want to isolate that and take it out. There is still, we've downed the avatar. The heavy lifting is done. It's like we were helping our friend move, and we got his bed and then all of like the kitchen appliances. We got those upstairs already. The refrigerator, the dishwasher, we already hauled all that shit up the 3 flights of his 5th floor walk up. That part's done. All that's left now is like sundries, you know, like pillows and blankets and clothing, and yeah, that stuff is heavy, but it's not as heavy as a friggin' dishwasher. So let's take it easy. It's time for us to sit back and make sure that he buys us the beer that he promised he would buy us for helping him move. Because if you help a friend move and they don't at least buy you beer when you're done, that person is not your friend. They're really not. A true friend knows what a horrific, unbelievable imposition it is to ask someone to help you move. Because goddamn, that shit is irritating. They're going to treat you right in the back, and they'll be like, hey, man, you helped me do a thing that really sucks. I appreciate it. The only thing I could have done as a friend, really the only thing I could have asked, worse than asking you to help me move, is if I had called you up and been like, Pete, I killed a hooker, and I need you to help me hide the body. That's the only thing that could have been worse. Those are the 2 calls you don't want to get from, like, a friend that you're desperately loyal to and would do anything for. I just killed a hooker, you got to help me with this body. And then right behind that is, hey, you know, my lease is up and I got to move at the end of the month. Those are the 2 calls you don't want to get. And yes, those are in that order. And man, that moving one is such a close second, it's not even funny. So we got a robot? Where did these guys come from, by the way? I don't remember seeing these dudes. Yeah, it shouldn't really be much of an issue. Demi Moore has shots. What do they look like? Bad. They look bad. I also don't really want to go forward. Is there any chance we could get Sylvester Stallone to hack one of these guys? If we could get vision on him, I think the answer is yes. If Demi Moore comes over here, is she going to spawn that other pod? Like, almost certainly, right? So we need to find a spot where we can stick Demi that she's out of the way. What if we just have her run up on top of this? Okay, her lightning reflexes is keeping her safe. In theory, at any rate. Yep, okay, that is 0% chance to hit. This gives Demi a height advantage, a little bit better shot. Yeah, she can't miss this mech archer now. And in fact, with a rapid fire, she definitely kills it. She definitely kills it with a rapid fire, but it's not a guaranteed hit. It's not a guaranteed kill here if we roll minimum damage, but we're 50% to crit, and we would have to get absolute minimum damage. Alternatively, the thing we could do is hack that robot. Which is sort of what I was planning to do, was get Sylvester Stallone up here and just try the hack, but now that I've taken the move, I'm not really sure that's necessary. We just have Demi Moore kill the robot. Okay, Bruce Willis, before we do anything else, let's have you get into concealment mode. And we can't have you grapple again, because your grapple's on cooldown, but that's fine. That is no longer cover. On my way. The tree got destroyed by something. I just want Bruce to try and find the rest of the enemies. We know there was an Archon. There was a greater Archon and something else over here. So he has shots. What if we just move you to, like, this corner cover instead, Brucey? Tuck down in there. You better not have been spotted by those guys. Okay, perfect. Also, that is a goddamn pod straight out of Nightmare. Holy shit pickles, that's... How much health is this? It's almost... wow, it's actually over 100. Archons and Gatekeepers, notoriously difficult to hit. That's a really, really powerful pod. We may have a tough time dealing with that one. Willie Schatz is not going to get anything unless we use an Icarus jump, which I kind of don't want to do. 72%, we could get a kill out of Demi Moore there. It's just the hit percentages on that shot are desperately low. Can anybody else get in range to maybe help out? Oh, there's that Archon. Yeah, we're in a little trouble here. We can't really close the gap against these guys effectively. Our team's really strung out, too. There was a opportunity for a Robert Downey Jr. joke in there. I know it. I heard it as soon as I said our team's really strung out. I knew the opportunity was there, but I just didn't feel good about taking it. So if we hijack that mech archer, does he spawn? Almost without a doubt, if we control that guy, he spawns the other pod. That would be very bad. What we really need is people who have guaranteed damage and can just get some shots on this doofus. I don't suppose Harrison Ford... Have you still got your turn, Harrison? Have you Oscar mic'd yet? You have not. You know what? Do that. Give me that OM. Let's get on the move here. If we can get Terry Hulk Hogan maybe just a tiny bit closer, we might be able to get him into range to... No, that's going to be way too far. Even with the Oscar mic, it's too far? Yeah, it's not even close. So how do we deal with this threat? We can't really get that close. We're going to get spotted by those gatekeepers, man. Are we safe in this tile? We could come to here and have Morgan Freeman take a shot. Morgan Freeman does have a line attack we might be able to use. Seems doable. Well, Pete, I think maybe I'll just step on up here and shoot a little bit of plasma blaster right into this dude's face hole. Because a 75% chance to hit, Pete, is... not exactly fantastic, especially when it does not guarantee a kill. Whereas the old plasma blaster, well, it's like having old Andy Dufresne tunnel right on out of Shawshank Prison. There's just going to be nothing left but 500 miles of shit. So here comes our 500 miles of shit. Did not get the kill, but we did put that man in the open, which means Sylvester Stallone should have a shot at him now. Because of the cover? No, it changed, but... still no shot, Sylvester? That's really disappointing. Can anybody else get close enough to get a shot? Like, William Shatner definitely can. Yeah, okay. Willie Shat's got this thing. We're just going to have Shatner step up here, calmly take the shot. I'm tempted to have him take the shot at this mech archer, except I think Demi Moore is more likely to kill it. Let's have Demi go ahead and fire first. Can't miss shot here. We're going to take the 100% at the 50 crit. We got exactly the right. That was Goldilocks level of damage right there, Demi Moore. Solid work. You tickled him just right. Not too hot, not too cold. Just right. And his little friend there goes down in a heap.
Target disabled.
Willie Shat's whacking him for 9 damage. Now, let's take a moment here to get the rest of the team.
On my way.
Let's try and get them in a better firing position, because we're really scattered and spread out. Especially Hogan. He's in a bum spot. Sly, you should be fine to advance to here.
What's over there?
Hulkamania? You feel like coming up here and running wild, buddy? Oh, yeah, brother. Gonna come up there, do some wild, yeah. Man, every time I do the Hulk Hogan, I realize I'm just doing like a bad Macho Man Randy Savage. It's like Macho Randy Savage, except he just says brother a lot, which is not necessarily appropriate because, excuse me? I would love to know how this pawn... Yeah, we're going to need to move flanks to Overwatch and pull up flank, and Danforth, watch out for Charlie up in the trees, because holy shit, we're completely screwed. How did that activate that pod? That's what I want to know. The game said our unit was not even visible from that tile. We have panicked with the Icarus armor. Shoot your friend. Shoot the Greater Archon. He shot at the Serpent and missed. So these guys are going to get... Yeah, we're in trouble.
I'm busted.
Yeah, you're definitely busted. Oh, goody. He's going to go Blazing Pinions. You know, I say that like it's a problem, but not necessarily is this bad. We can just dodge all this crap. It's this guy that I'm worried about. Shooting at a... he's shooting at... Hoisted by our own petard. Unbelievable. Okay, well, this is a desperate situation. That airborne unit has got to die. These guys all have to move as well. Perfect. Oh, we're on the move with Harrison Ford. That's fantastic. Well then, how do we get out of this? This is a real bucket of slop right here. So if we have you, we do have salvo. Hulk Hogan's grenades are enormous. It's these 24-inch pythons, brother. We can hit all of these guys. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Get those 24-inch pythons out there and show us what they're good for, Hulker. Hulker? I feel like I just somehow retroactively did disservice to an Ang Lee movie, and that shouldn't even be possible. We're going to hang on to Hogan's remaining action after his salvo shot. I think we're probably going to need a frost bomb. Sometime during this turn, I feel like we may need one. So we could get some free movement, dash up here, and then have Morgan Freeman step to here and take 3 shots at that gatekeeper with only 5 armor on him. That seems pretty solid. William Shatner, what we need out of you is for you to kill this airborne piece of garbage, and then maybe give us a little additional support. So I'm going to have you Icarus jump to, say, here. This does 2 things. 1, it gets us out of the Blazing Pinions. 2, it gets us a height elevation, so we should have a little easier time hitting this airborne target. No. I'll shoot that. Yeah, this is our boy right here. 95%. We're going to get 24 out of this. It sucks. The chain shot is on cooldown. It sucks a whole bunch.
Shot wide.
Fantastic work, Shatner. That was real good. That was super awesome, buddy. That was some fantastic clutch misery right there. Yeah, you know what? Too little, too late. Too little, too late. He is ruptured, which means he will go down like a punk if we actually get around to shooting at him, but somebody's got to go help Bruce Willis out of his pickle as well. That seems like it's a job for Harrison Ford. Is there anywhere we could have Harrison Ford be also in cover? It doesn't look like it, but at this point, I'm 100% certain we're going to be throwing a Mimic Beacon at the end of this turn. So maybe it doesn't even matter. But you, 100% chance to hit for 10 to 12 damage. When this hits, it will bust our boy loose. Only got 9 damage, which is not as much as I would have liked, but it did free Bruce Willis from trouble. Alright, Morgan Freeman, I need you to come over here and punch this man in the face. This is a freebie. This does not count as an actual action. Oh, the mad footwork and speed of Morgan Freeman, Pete, cannot be underestimated. My skills, Pete, are non-pareil. We're going to step over this log. We're going to take our... No. Also no. Yes. 8 to 10. Man, we're going to have a very bad chance of hitting this guy with a rapid fire. Honestly, I don't like that shot. Can anybody do better? You cannot. Dane Judi Dench has got to move, which is disturbingly unfortunate. All right, Dane Judi, get clear of the blast zone. Well, you are going to chain shot. Let's see what your chain shot % chance is against this gatekeeper. Oh, right. Somebody's still got to deal with that Archon, too. You know, at this point, his Blazing Pinions is over. We kind of don't have to deal with him. We can sort of afford to ignore him. He's the Haley Stanfield of Archons. Be like, yeah, everybody's really into him for whatever reason, but honestly, I'm pretty sure we can afford to ignore him. I think it's going to be okay. She's going to go away in like 8 months, and by she, I mean that Archon, and also Haley Stanfield. So now we're going to take the shot at the Gatekeeper. 74% on a single shot, and this won't cost us an action. There we go. Morgan Freeman delivers and got 1 tile too close because apparently Gatekeepers blow up in like a 75 tile radius now. We're not going to get a trench gun. 18 health, 14 health, 11 health. What's our best hit percentage? I don't really need to shoot at either of those guys. Double 77s against the guy with 18 health. He's got the most. Let's do it. Morgan Freeman wipes the floor with him. I do, Morgan. You've gone into full vengeance mode, and I wholeheartedly support it. It's like paybacks. Morgan Freeman, he's got the Untouchables philosophy in action. You put one of mine in the hospital, blah, 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 blah. Yours in the morgue, etc., etc. So what do we want out of Stallone? Probably a Mimic Beacon is what we're going to need out of Stallone. Hulk? That Frost Bomb... Can't hit them both. We could hit one. So what do we want out of Demi Moore? I mean, maybe we just have Demi Moore run up and shoot a dude. Okay. I don't think we're going to get more utility out of Miss Moore here. I'm not sure we're going to be... There's really nothing better we can do with her time. 78%. Do we want a rapid fire? We only need 11 damage here. 58% chance to crit, but it does have to crit to kill. 78 to hit. 28%. You know, with a 20% chance to dodge, even if we hit, it's pretty likely he will dodge one of these. I think we go for the rapid fire. It's a better statistic likelihood of producing a single hit, and it was also more likely to produce a crit since it was 2 shots. And to double up on that additionally, if he had dodged and we had gotten lucky, we could have gotten the back-to-back hits. So do we need the Frost Bomb then? I wouldn't mind killing that other Archon. Alternatively, we could kill this Viper Elite. Do we have anybody else with an action? It's Bruce Willis, Hogan, and Stallone. Okay, Stallone, if we bring you over here, can you see that serpent? Yes. Let's see if you can kill this Viper.
Oh, come on, you think I can punch out a Viper from this range? I'm just doing the ring toe-to-toe with old Apollo Creed there, Pete. I really think I probably got this one. Yeah, never mind. You know, I went back and watched the tape on that, and it turns out Apollo was basically just devastating me for the entire fight. They said the brain damage was borderline catastrophic, but I feel as though maybe they have underestimated the level of damage that my brain actually sustained in that fight. I think a lot of the reason I talk this way is because of what Apollo did to me in the ring there, and, you know, I'm kind of angry at Mickey for not stopping the fight. We only have a 96% chance to hit this dude. What if we just shoot him in the face? Can't miss, can't fail to kill him. Well, call me crazy, but I'm thinking this guy's probably getting shot in the face then. We're a melee specialist, and we're still more likely to get a hit with a SMG at point-blank range than we are to just swing an axe at the dude. Yeah, a little turnabout's a fair play for Bruce Willis as well. We're going to spring him up to this corner cover. Not that we're really worried about it or necessarily need the cover. And just out of an abundance of caution here, we're going to go ahead and just check the old Mimic Beacon. This does double work for us. Any of these Archons that can see it may run over here and try and take a poke at it, which means we'll get a little freebie damage from Morgan Freeman and Demi Moore. That guy blew up his friend's corpse.
Well, think of all the money you'll save on cremation. I suppose that is an advantage. Yeah, that stuff's not free. Natural gas costs money. You're going to incinerate a corpse. They're not exactly especially flammable. It takes a lot of energy to get a body hot enough to burn it to ash. These guys giving you the free burial benefits, well, that's just top quality service. Alternatively, they could just point the jets sticking out of their butt at a body and maybe immolate it that way. I can't believe this guy lived, by the way. Seriously, though, you should just set a man on fire with your butthole jets. You better shoot the mimic beacon. Okay. Actually, you better just be dead. Morgan Freeman, don't miss this. Don't ever tell Morgan Freeman how to live his life, Pete. Morgan Freeman damn well does what Morgan Freeman wants. Also, you are the asshole who got my face blown off by a gatekeeper. What the hell is this attack? He charged up some kind of Super Saiyan ability and then went Tokyo Drift style. What the hell is going on? He Tokyo drifted off the map. Where's Luda? Luda! Now he's back over here? He's definitely not in that square, though. I have no idea what's going on. William Shatner, you are not yet maximum rank. Could you please kill both of these dudes? I want a promotion for Willie Shats.
Target neutralized.
Well, we're not going to get it because William is out of ammo. He can get one shot at least. We got the traverse fire off. Now he's going to reload.
Rock and roll.
Oh, he has free reloads. That's right. William Shatner has an autoloader now. Well, good. Kill this great Archon. Mission over. We knew there was a gatekeeper lurking, and now that he's been dealt with, that's it. End of mission, right?
Status confirmed. All hostiles are down in the area.
Could have gone better, but all things considered, without the timely intervention of the Pete Bayashi Maru, that mission could have turned out way, way, way worse as well. 2 of our soldiers took some minor collateral damage. Bruce Willis got a nice tight hug from his little snake friend, and Morgan Freeman got slightly singed in a gatekeeper explosion. They definitely upped the radius of the explosions on those gatekeepers in the Long Warpack, because they did not used to blow up at a radius of 3 tiles. That's pretty big for a self-destruction demolition explosion.
Hey, would you say, Pete, that the power level of those explosions is over 9,000? Because, you know, I'm branching out, Pete. I'm getting into internet memes now, and I thought I would start at the beginning and just go back to like the whole it's over 9,000 thing, because that was popular like what 5-6 years ago. I'm bringing it back, Pete. I'm bringing it back. My power was over 9,000 when I stepped in the ring with Apollo Creed, and his power was like 9,000 over my power because you know that's why the brain damage resulted. We could have cracked the world in half like Goku and Frieza fighting, but it ultimately worked out that instead of allowing the planet to be destroyed, I nobly stepped in front of Apollo's fist and took all of the damage to my own cranium. You might say I saved the world, Pete. Might say I did.
Operation Fading Empire? Don't you mean to apply that to a television show on HBO starring Steve Buscemi? Operation Fading Empire? Because that was basically what that show did after the first season. The rest of it was just a fading empire. Not a boardwalk empire, but you know, way less good than the first season was. Hulkamania, once again, ran... I don't want to say it ran wild, because I hate to keep going back to this, but Hulkamania has been running pretty damn mild over here. If Hulkamania was a salsa right now, it would be, you know, it would have like sweet chilies in it. There would be no habaneros, not even jalapenos. It's not even running that hot. It's got like sweet chilies, some finely diced tomatoes, maybe a little bit of onion in there for dash, but it's definitely a mild salsa. The kind best suited for children and the elderly. What do you got to say about that, Hulk? Suspiciously silent, huh? Yeah. Oh, under the advice of his attorneys, probably, Hulk Hogan's remaining silent. He's not gonna testify about anything that's going on until his hearing is over. Well, I can't fault you for that. If you paid that attainer If you paid that returnee, a returnee and a tainer. I paid a returnee and a tainer. I'm stroking out here. Actually, what it is I'm really distracted because I've got a bit of a cold and my throat is just ragged raw. But what I meant to say, Hulk, is if you paid that attorney the retainer, you should probably at least heed his advice. Get what you paid for, man. Get what you paid for. There better be a promotion back here. You, god damn it. No promotions at all?
Commander, although I firmly believe
we killed an avatar.
we have recovered is crucial to the aliens' efforts.
It ain't that crucial, Dr. T. It's just an avatar. We've killed dozens of them. I'm not even sure we can do the research project on it yet until we complete some other storyline missions. So all things considered, no rush on this one. I mean, I know you're in a hurry because you want to try and figure out what's going on with its hair. I did just mention Goku a minute ago, and he does have kind of a Super Saiyan do working. It's all self-supporting and kind of wavy. If this guy was quivering right now, I would swear we were actually watching an episode of Dragon Ball Z. He quivered! We got Riff back on that. This is definitely an episode of Dragon Ball suddenly. Although he did just quiver once and it only lasted about 10 seconds. If it was an episode of Dragon Ball, there'd be like 22 minutes of that. 12 lines of dialogue, 22 minutes of quivering. We'll get around to examining the Avatar corpse as soon as Dr. Tigan can find a spare moment from defiling all the other corpses he's busy defiling. And I think that's going to be it for this episode. I maybe seeing a little couple short episodes this week might tone down the duration a little bit because, man, my throat really is killing me. When I said it's a raw, ragged wound, it feels like somebody took a cheese grater to the back of it and just went, yeah, you know, it's taco night. Got to have some shreds out there. It really hurts. If you enjoyed the episode, though, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Your support really does mean it. Oh, Bradford outro interruption.
With all of his talk of the elders dying, I thought we might have caught a break. I should have known it wasn't going to be that simple. And of course, their solutions always seem to revolve around experimenting on us.
Yeah, well, you know, Dr. Tigan's solutions always sort of seem to revolve around experimenting on the aliens, too. Honestly, I think the alien elders and Dr. T should just get together and try and find a common solution to their sexual kinks, and this whole war could have been averted. You just find like 20 willing elders and a couple dozen willing humans, and we could just be making some sweet interspecies erotica here. We wouldn't really have to worry about this whole war thing. Everybody be too busy with the boning to get down to with the muss and the fuss of a full-out interstellar conflict. All be avoided. Make love, people, not war. Make love, not war. Unless you're Bradford, in which case it's make gin, not anything else. It's just make gin, period. There's no second half of that. Bradford's is just make gin, full stop. Full stop on this episode, too. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, you might drop a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. If you'd like to see more, consider subscribing as well. New episodes every single day. Right now, thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon.